looking at a camera, I always get nervous. But that's besides the point. All right. Hello, everyone.
Huh?
Hello, everyone. It's the face behind Kalees Eternity. I just wanted to make a quick little video about, showcasing who I am, who I was before the art, and my plans with this channel in the near future. Growing up, I've been drawing since forever, for as long as I can remember. Drawing Sonic characters. That was literally it, just Sonic characters. Mainly Amy, because that's my girl. I love her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I've been drawing Sonic since like 2009, and I had so many sketchbooks filled with just Sonic characters. Like that was it. I remember taking them to school because they was just on like a regular notebook, like not an actual sketchbook or nothing, just those regular spiral notebooks, and it would just have Sonic characters in there. And my friends would go through it, and at that point, I remember my friends and their love for writing, which made me fall in love with writing. That's not true. Let's do that shit again, because I always loved writing before my friends started writing. I don't know why I said that. Started developing this love for writing, specifically romance. But it wasn't like with hedgehogs or nothing. It was like mainly with like human characters. And my friends, they also like discovered a love for writing as well. And we would all exchange like our notebooks and whatnot, and read each other's like writing and stories and little fairy tales and whatnot. And I remember reading one of my friends, my best friend, and I started drawing, or trying to draw, the characters that was in her book. And as I was trying to draw these characters, which were human, I realized like, oh my god, I do not know how to draw human people at all. I do not know how to draw princesses and princes. I do not know how to draw any of this. But I tried. They all look like stick figures. I tried, and I think that's what really helped me start to come into this sense of, okay, like I gotta start expanding, with my art, as I got older, started dibbling and dabbling and drawing human characters and whatnot, trying to make my own characters. I think I made my first ever actual OCs in like 2015. No, I think in like 2013, 2014, I made my first actual human OCs. And I remember their names. Their names is Skylar and Jonah. And it's been a minute since I've drawn them, but at that point, they were hipsters. Like that was like the trend. That was the style back in the day. And so they had like the popping red hair and the beanie with the coffee. And Jonah had like the little hipster mustache. Like that was like the trend. Like that was my character. During that time, I only had watercolor to work with. I didn't have no markers. I didn't have no color pencils. I just had this little $5 pack of watercolors with like 24 colors. And they didn't really have like, or I didn't know how to mix watercolor well to like make the like cute little skin tones. So they all had ashy skin tones. But that's what I knew, like, and I loved it. I loved having this cheap paper with cheap watercolor, making my characters come to life. And I've been drawing them for years, like 2013, 2016, just that whole little 3 year, I've been drawing them. Out of high school, Got my first adult job at 19. I was working at OnStar. It was alright at first, and then I started having to work 12-hour shifts, which is kind of wild for a 19-year-old. I was working from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. That is insane for a 19-year-old girl. Like, that's what y'all do? And it was only $10 an hour at that, which is just wild at that time. Like, bruh, really? I remember getting my first check for like $600, bruh. Get paid every 2 weeks. All I got was $600, which is just wild as hell. They took a lot out, but it's whatever. I remember being, it was my break. I was on lunch, and I was drawing out commissions, because at that time I started discovering groups and whatnot. I was still doing traditional art. I wasn't really into digital art or nothing like that. I was really into still sticking to my guns with watercolor and paper, because that's all I knew for such a very long time. So I remember bringing my sketchbook to work, and I was drawing out, this little reference sheet, because that's what someone commissioned me to do. And I was thinking to myself, I'm drawing it, I'm like, I do not have the time to do all of these commissions and work this 12-hour shift every single day. And that's when I was like, okay. Like, I talked to my mom about it. I'm like, I think I'm gonna quit. I'm working here because I do want to pursue art. I mean, it was kind of, that was a big decision. But at 19, I kind of already knew, like, art and writing was my passion. That's what I want to do. And I know, like, quitting and all that, like, oh, you quitting to draw, like, but that's what I wanted to do. And I took the risk. I'm like, fuck this job, respectfully. Did not show up, didn't even put a 2-week notice in. I literally just did not show up. Group chat messaging me, oh, where are you, Jayla? Where are you? Oh, we miss you. I'm out. Deuces. And I decided that art was going to be my full-time career at 19, which is kind of crazy, but that's what I decided. Because commissions, surprisingly, was really picking up for me. Even though I didn't even do digital art. Like, I would literally take a picture of the piece of paper that I had did the drawing on, and they ate it up. They loved it. I didn't even have a scanner at the time. I didn't have no professional apps to scan to make it look high quality or whatever. I just took a picture with my old phone and would send it to the clients, and they loved it. They continued, commissioned me for more, came back for more, wanted this, wanted that, and they loved it, and I wasn't even, a professional or digital artist or none of that. It was just me, my phone, a piece of paper, and watercolor. A whole sketchbook. I think I have a good 2 or 3 sketchbooks dedicated to just the sketch commissions. And it's all in there. I have to find those sketchbooks, but I had pages and pages and pages of sketch commissions. And I remember saving my first $100 from commissions. I was so proud of myself, like, oh my God, like $100. Because I feel like at that time, $100 was something. Now in today's world, $100 is like 1 cent. But back then, $100 was like, oh my God, like, I'm rich. Like, what you mean? Like, college wasn't anything that was like on my mind when I had graduated. I wasn't all that interested. I just couldn't justify paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for something that's on Google for free. like all these free resources and whatnot. And at that time, that's when I was learning, like, oh my God, you're supposed to use references. You're supposed to learn this. You're supposed to learn that. Like, Google was free. Like, it didn't make sense for me to have someone teach me and I'm paying thousands and thousands of dollars when I can teach myself with Google. Honestly, I'm very blessed that, you know, my mom stuck beside me and she continues to support me in my dreams and my passion. Same with my brother. My brother is also an artist, you know, like, and she supports both of us 100%. And I just love her to the moon and back. So, yeah. So fast forward my awkward early 20s. I think, well, let's go back a little bit. So let's talk about my first ever digital tablet. Got a tablet. So a Wacom, whatever, however you say it. And that's when it's like the little black pad. So it's not a screen, it's just a black pad, and that's where you hook it up to your laptop. That shit was so hard to draw on. It was so hard to draw on. And that's when I was using Fire Alpaca. That's a free little program for all you little beginner artists. That's a free program that you can use to draw. And that's what I used. And I loved it. I made a lot of art with Fire Alpaca. I will have to show you guys. Like, y'all gotta see the progress. Y'all gotta see the improvement. But I love that app to bits. It was not too hard to understand. My first ever vendor invited my friend to come along, and I sold one thing because I only had paintings. I didn't know nothing about prints. I didn't know nothing about stickers. I didn't know nothing about keychains, all of the artist essentials. I did not know nothing about when I did my first ever vendor. I just brought all the paintings that I've done on canvases, acrylic, and did I sell any? No. But did I keep trying until I eventually sold some? Yes. Vendor after vendor after vendor. All my booths, all my tables were trash. But it's the experience that count. Every vendor I went to, I started to learn. Oh, okay, you're supposed to have a cute little tablecloth to go on your table. Oh, okay, you're supposed to have something to prop up the canvases, like a miniature easel. Oh, you know, oh, you're supposed to have business cards. Okay, not just say, oh, my Instagram is da 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 da. Oh, this is all a learning process. Throughout these entire years, is me teaching me. Didn't have nobody on YouTube because all they kept telling me was buy Copic markers. Copic markers are so good. I didn't have nobody on YouTube to look at. I didn't have no one in real time, in real life, that was an artist that I could say, oh my God. Like, no, it was me teaching me at this point. These vendors and Procreate was going hand in hand. I'm like, how can I make my artwork physical? Started researching. Okay, I should invest in making prints of my artwork. That was the first product that I've made physically of my work, was prints. And I felt so professional. And my first time making prints was in 2021. Oh, hey, that's not that far. Like, I'm still new to this. You feel me? Like, my first time making actual prints of my artwork is in 2021. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, that happened. So I made these prints, started selling them, getting the order here and there, all on Etsy. I had no idea how to make it look cute. I still don't know about SEO. I still don't know about none of that. I'm still learning. But I made my Etsy shop, had the prints on there, I had my canvases on there. Didn't sell a single canvas, but I did sell a couple prints, and I felt so proud. I found these groups on Facebook where I can start posting my artwork, and it was a love-hate relationship with these groups, because in my head I didn't understand that you need an audience. There has to be a specific audience to like your work, and in my head I didn't understand that. I'm joining these groups that like traditional art, but I'm posting digital art. That's just an example, but it's like they're not here for digital art, they're here for traditional art. So why am I posting digital art? I didn't understand that at the time, and I was like, bro, like, why y'all not liking my art? And then I eventually started to learn, like, you don't have an audience. You need an audience that will like what you're posting. So I started to branch out and started to do more research on vendors. Oh, this vendor is, looking for all blue. Well, I only make all pink, so I'm not gonna do this vendor. That's what I had to start teaching myself. Like, Jayla, you gotta pick and choose, these vendors. You gotta pick and choose the groups that you want to be in, because not everybody's gonna mess with your stuff. That's what I had to learn throughout these years, from 2021 to now. That's what I'm currently learning. High quality resolution, all of that, CMYK, RGB, all of that. I had to learn all of that by myself. And some people may think it's common sense, but that shit was not common to me. I thought I'm supposed to just draw, make it look good, and that was it. But no, there was a lot into it. So I'm learning the Cricut, learning about what sticker paper to use, learning about, like how to cut out these images. I grew frustrated, couldn't figure it out. I dropped it. Just had my prints. I just had prints. In 2023, that's when I wanted to make a coloring book, and I felt confident enough to make that because I was really good at art. I still am really good at art. What you mean, Jayla? I'm really good at art. So I wanted to make a coloring book, mainly as a little tribute to my granny, R.I.P. I love you so much, that passed away in 2019. She was heavy, and I mean heavy, on coloring books. Like, whenever me and my mom would leave out, we would have to pick her up a coloring book and a pack of crayons, and I would be right there in my granny's room coloring with her. All the Barbie, all the princesses, all of it. I was right there coloring with her. But as a kid, because I was like a kid when doing all this coloring with her and whatnot, they did not have the curls, they did not have the glasses, they did not have, any features, ethnic features, nothing like that. They didn't have none of that. They was just Barbies, princesses, and as we know, there ain't really no princesses that are black, that have curls, that have wide nose, that have fuller lips. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why in 2023, I was like, I need to make a coloring book for black girls. So I made a coloring book called Love Myself. I bought one copy at first on Mixum, and I think that was like $30, which is crazy. And I messed up. It made it glossy, so it has like this little shine to it, and it's supposed to be matte. And I didn't know, and I was like, oh my god, I spent $30 on something you can't even color. But then when I learned that, it's supposed to be matte and not glossy, that's when I made, my first coloring book. And the quality is mwah, 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 mwah. Buying 25 books, it hurt my pockets a little bit. But it was worth it. I sold out of all of them just like that. I was so shocked, so shook. And that's when I'm like, okay, I can combine my love for writing, my love for books, and my love for drawing all in one. And that's when I just started making more books. And when I started making jewelry, I wasn't really taking it serious. It was more so to get my mind off my granny passing at that time. I was in a really dark place, and jewelry kind of like picked me up from that. Making little keychains and phone charms and bracelets upon bracelets upon bracelets upon bracelets. Like, I have at least 200 bracelets that nobody has ever seen. But it helped me get out of a dark place. So I still love making jewelry. I'm getting right back into it. I took a break from it from last year to really focus on my coloring book, but I've been doing little dabbles with whatever these hands want to do. I'm doing it. If they want to make stickers, I am still learning how to make stickers. Like, the quality is just insane. I do not know how to make the quality top tier, and I'm using 300 DPI. I'm using the highest resolution possible, and I still don't know how to make stickers. It's a learning process, I'm not perfect. So if you're an artist, you're a beginner and whatnot, just keep going. You got this. For this channel, I'm going to continue to show you my growth, my journey. I'm not a super popular artist yet, but I'm hoping I will be. Been doing book commissions for people, so hopefully, you see it. You see my name in Barnes and Nobles. Hoping I can get my own books, in stores one day. Been doing a lot of book commissions, a lot, and I love it. I love the experience. Some are bad, some are good. I'll talk about those experiences in another video, but I've been doing my thing, and it's all me. It's all hard work and dedication. It's all me believing in myself. That's really all you need. You just need you to believe in you. And hey, that's the gas right there. You just gotta push on the pedal. You good now. That's all that is. So yeah. I've been talking for quite some time. Was not expecting that. Hopefully I wasn't, going in circles, but yeah, hoping y'all can see more of my growth, more of, how I work and how I do things. Hopefully I can start streaming my work, so you can really see, like, I'm really still learning how to do this shit. Learning how to make a name for myself in Kalees eternity. I know my name choice, a lot of people found it difficult to pronounce, which is kind of crazy because it's just Kaylee, but maybe I'll make another video on why I chose Kalees eternity, because it's whole own little story on why I chose that. It goes into its own little thing. But yeah, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little shy, so maybe I got that vibe while watching this video. But yeah, thanks for watching. All right, bye bye.